Hello there. This pingdemic is leading to shortages on supermarket shelves, and its effect is widening. As per usual, please like and comment below, and buy a mug with my mug on it. Now, government policy of track and trace is leading to this huge pingdemic. Boris Johnson, Rishi Sunak and now Keir Starmer have all got a dose of the Pingitis. And this policy is causing 1.7 million people to self-isolate. And underground lines are temporarily shut down. And also bus services, public transport is being affected. There's shortages of goods in supermarkets and other outlets, with the Mail reporting that Iceland and BP have been hit. Iceland have 1,000 of its staff, which is 4%, out of action. And the whole thing could go across to about 20% across the board. And Iceland are having an advertising blitz to try and get more workers, temporary staff. They're looking for 2,000 of them. So if you want a job, it might be worth getting in contact with them. BP is reporting petrol and diesel shortages because of this, and it's shut some of its stations down. It seems that when Snow White gets a bit of COVID, all the working seven dwarfs get pinged out of action. Andrew Opie, who is the Director of Food and Sustainability at the British Retail Consortium, said that the ongoing pingdemic is putting increasing pressure on retailers' ability to maintain opening hours and keep shelves stocked. Government needs to act fast. And what's the government response? Effectively zero. You'd think they wanted this to happen. You'd think they want to see hoarding and panic buying across the board. That the loo roll fiasco of last year, do you remember that? That wasn't enough. But now meat, bread, fruit and vegetables and loo roll are all being affected, and potentially transport fuel. You know, diesel for those lorries that actually bring the stuff that they can to the supermarkets. So we've got fuel shortages for them, and we've got driver shortages as well. And on top of this, we now hear that we've got a UK natural gas stock shortage. Yes, our natural gas reserves are running down. In fact, they're critically low. 29%, that's our gas reserves at the moment. Compare that to last year. Because of Brexit, this is a bit high. 89% last year. But generally, it's normally about 52% gas reserves, and we've got 29%. What's going on? Well, according to Ambrose Evans-Pritchard in The Telegraph, Vladimir Putin is playing hardball with natural gas and its supplies into the whole of Europe, which affects us too. He is trying to force through the Nord 2 gas pipeline, the natural gas pipeline, and put the Kremlin-controlled Gazprom in charge of the whole thing and all the gas supplies. Pritchard says that this is, even though this would violate EU energy law, betray the Eastern Europeans and breach the solidarity principle of Article 194 in the Lisbon Treaty. So he's not allowing reserve stocks through. Putin is not allowing reserve stocks through to replenish lost supplies to prepare us for the winter. And Pritchard quotes Professor Alan Riley of the Atlantic Council as saying, "I hope somebody is paying attention. We hardly need a gas supply disaster on top of a Delta disaster. One crisis at a time, please, Prime Minister." Forgetting, of course, that we've got a pingdemic as well. This is not shaping up well. Let's hope that none of Santa's little helpers get COVID this winter. Otherwise, the entire team, including Mr. and Mrs. Santa, will be pinged into isolation. Animals can get COVID too, so we hear. The reindeers, what if they're out of action? That's their Santa's transport dealt with, isn't it? It's a pingdemic-driven apocalypse for the retail sector. Eco-warriors, though, will be pleased, while shivering and starving in their homes. And only a few months ago, track and trace was derided as a failure. Do you remember that? It's not working and all that sort of thing. Now it's working with a vengeance. Now it's about to shut the whole of the UK down. The vaccine programme was meant to save us, but government policy will drive us into a wilderness. This just doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense to me. Does it make sense to you in any shape or form? Surely Freedom Day meant what it said on the tin, you know, lifting restrictions. But we may have lifted some restrictions, but government policy is imposing restrictions on us now. It's actually morphing into something that's extremely dangerous for the whole of the UK. Anyway, I don't know where this is all leading, but government policy surely needs an update here. We need to get essential workers to be tested and back out into the field. We need them there. If we don't, we're just going to wind up with nothing on the shelves, another whole chaotic situation where panic buying ensues, supermarkets are stripped, and it could get worse than that. Come on, government, get your policies into gear. Anyway, a quick thanks to my Patreon and PayPal supporters, because I could not do this without your support. And what's your opinion on this government-driven Pingdemic apocalypse? Thank you for watching.